Hi guys, Dan Meyer here, and in this video we're going to talk about how to jig for walleyes. Now let me just start out by saying jigging for walleyes is a very effective technique, and when you learn to do it right, a lot of times it will outperform tip-up fishing. So jigging is definitely a skill that you're going to want to master. So to get started with how to jig for walleyes, I'm going to go over just my basic jigging motion. And you know, there's different types of baits. You can use jigs, spoons, swim baits, but for the most part, what I do is I'm going to start out by jigging the bait up about 8 inches to a foot. So my basic jigging stroke is going to be up 8 inches to a foot, and then back down. And then on the bottom, I'm going to do two smaller just pumps of my wrist, or smaller jigging strokes, and those are going to be 3, 4, maybe 5 inches. So you're going to do a bigger stroke about a foot up, and then a few small ones on the bottom, 1, 2, back to a bigger one up, a couple small ones on the bottom, bigger one up, and then maybe a couple ones on the top, and you're just going to keep on moving it around. And I usually start jigging about a foot off the bottom. If I'm in real deep water, I might come up a little higher, because you want to attract fish from a longer distance. And so you're just going to keep doing that stroke, and then when the fish comes in and you mark it, you're going to want to pull the bait away, because that's going to make, you want the fish to think that the bait is fleeing. It's a minnow and it's trying to get away, and that's going to trigger the fish to come up and smash it. Now, if the fish are more lethargic, they are less active, then when the fish comes up, if it doesn't hit right away, you might just have to bounce the bait a little bit. Just real short jigging strokes, and a lot of times that'll cause it to hit it. If that doesn't, you might jig it a little bit and then a pause on the bottom. Jig it a little bit, pause on the bottom. A lot of times on that pause, it'll come up and hit it. Now when you get to midwinter and the fish are less active, they're more lethargic, then your main jigging stroke is not probably going to be a full foot. You'll maybe do 8, 9 inches at the most, and then you're going to pause on the bottom. Then you're going to jig it up again, back down, pause on the bottom, a few little pumps, pause on the bottom. A lot of times they'll bite on that pause, and then if they don't, but you see them on your Vexlar or Humminbird, whatever kind of electronics you're using, raise that up and then just twitch that rod, and a lot of times that's what's going to trigger the strike. So that's basically how you jig. Now if you're using a swim bait or a spoon, you might vary it a little bit. I've done other videos that are specifically for swim baits or spoons. You can check those out to just kind of see the little variations, but for the most part, that's what you do. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, hit the like button. Also, I've put together a list of my top ice fishing baits. So if you want to see what baits are working for me, and actually the best baits, just click on the link right up here, enter your details, and I will email you the list. It's going to have size of bait, colors, and just my top performing baits. So you definitely want to get that. So just click on here, grab that. Also, if this is your first time here, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do videos just like this to give you tips and tricks to catch more fish, and on a lot of my fishing adventures I bring my GoPro, so you can kind of just see what's working for me and just see what kind of fish I'm catching. So like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.